Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is GGvision number 6, I am Sebastian Sjöberg and today I got a haircut. In this episode we're going to talk about and look at the GSL, the amazing thing that is the Global Starleague, provided by gomtv.net, backed by Blizzard Entertainment themselves, sponsored by mighty global corporations and brought to you directly from Seoul, South Korea via the interwebs, live if you can make it, available in high res for later viewing whenever you want if you want to pay the $20 that it costs. There is no doubt that this tournament is the bestest thing for professional Starcraft 2 right now. As I'm sure all of you are aware, the second season of the GSL is about to conclude later this week. On Saturday the 13th of November, the finals are being played between two most unanticipated opponents. Boxer, better known as Foxer or Fake Boxer, and NesTea, aka Zerg. Starting off with the phenomenon known as Foxer, a Terran player who took his name, Boxer, in an homage, apparently, to the Terran Emperor Slayer's Boxer, whom he nearly had to face in the final, if it wasn't for NesTea, of course. Boxer plays a very aggressive style of Terran. Macro, yet micro intensive, low tier, heavily marine based, no add-ons needed kind of approach. Starting off with a fairly recent VOD featuring Foxer fighting a formidable opponent from the OGS team. It's a Terran versus Terran. There aren't too many confirmed Foxer videos out there that we cannot know for sure, not featuring the actual Slayer's Boxer, but this is regardless a true representation of his skill.
Boxer's gonna need to reinforce this. I don't know what STC's gonna do here. Can't move anywhere near the siege tank. Really, I mean, Boxer going putting a bunker down. Great play here. SEC not going to be able to move anything in. Otherwise, it's just going to get shelled by the siege tank here. He's taking his time, just leapfrogging these siege tanks. His bunker's definitely going to finish. And here we go, SEC putting everything, lifting off just in the nick of time, but I think that command center is going to die unless you can repair it. Just everything from SEC going at it, going down here. But Boxer just constantly reinforcing his units, and there goes the command center burning down. Boxer not finishing off his bunker, deciding to go ahead and push in. Well, I guess that SCV did die in that defense, but these siege tanks here are just going to decimate. And STC just has nothing but Marines and Marauders to be able to come out. I don't think he's going to be able to hold this off. He does have stim packs though.
Foxer, as he deserves to be called, is indeed a very, very mean Terran. He took out both Fruit Dealer, the winner of Season 1, a Zerg, and later the silver medalist of the GSL number 1, a Terran, Hope Torture. So he has clearly shown that he can handle both Terran and Zerg, and indeed also Protoss. And of course he'll be up against a very formidable Zerg player. These days formidable, because as I will show later in this broadcast, Zergbong was known for the exact opposite to championship material. But now he has proven us all wrong in Starcraft 2 and the GSL. Here's a testament of what he can do when given a swarm of banelings and a scrap station to duke it out on.
There it is, centrifugal hooks going for the banelings. There's a big baneling army here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to remove the bars for a little bit. It's just way too many bars on the screen. Oh, this infestor almost got killed, but he was able to defend against that Banshee, and he's morphing so many banelings. How many banelings does he has? Already 12? It's gonna be over 20 or something. 28! Oh, well, if this banelings clashing against that big bulk of Marauders that I saw getting produced will be effective, obviously. And here they come, big clashing coming, Mutalisks and Zerglings in the front. Now he's trying to position all his roaches. He has big clump of roaches. Here they coming, advancing on this big army. Oh, boom! Boom! Acid bath on the middle of those Thors, and just melting away so many of those units. Oh, there's basically nothing left here for OGS top. Look at how fast the roaches go through the Thors. Thors. No, 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 no. Yeah, look at how fast they get the Thors down. I mean, it's a lot of roaches, obviously, and they already have 2 upgrades, as you guys can see here, on the carapace on their armor, but they're very, very effective on this situation. Now facing Marauders will get more complicated. Pushing away, Marauders already have the concussive shells, as you guys can see. They delay the roaches that just fall behind, and these Banshees keep being a big annoyance here. It doesn't have enough air units to keep these Banshees at bay, and they keep getting shot and shooting at these roaches and all the army composition from NesTea.
The GSL, backed as they are by Blizzard Entertainment themselves, officially endorsed, they certainly deliver wholesome and profound geek entertainment for a whole world to watch. The point that I'm trying to come across is not just that this is awesome, which is good enough a point in itself, but also that this enables us, who of course are devoted Starcraft 2 enthusiasts, to show other people who would be perhaps casually, if not more, interested in pro gaming, to show them what this is all about, what it can be. The production is such that it can inspire the non-converted casual gamer into wanting to know more. It is that good. And in the finals, taking place on Saturday, and I sure as hell will be watching with nachos and everything, we will see something like this take place, only so much more epic. Kudos to Bergback.
As we see these nice roaches coming out, but of course, nice damage there. But Boxer getting pushed back by these roaches. Roaches just doing a really bang-up job on these Marines as it's forcing Boxer to push back, continue to push back more and more and more as these roaches are having a field day with these Marines and these Hellions. Hellions not doing a whole lot of damage, of course, against these roaches. Roaches just kind of do. Oh, but we have some Marauders now in here. Marauders do excellent to counter against these roaches. As roaches now falling back. And Zerglings, more Zerglings coming up here now, going to try and get this around, but these Hellions doing a really bang-up job of trying to do some damage. Yeah, look at all those Zerglings coming down, burning to a crisp as these Hellions now kiting the Zerglings. And we have one poor Hellion. He has 5 kills already. He's a Corporal. And another Hellion coming up here to get in there and try to get those Zerglings down. But of course, really back and forth game here as we go in.
Now this would not be a GGvision episode if it did not contain some sort of homage to TLO, Dario, the little one, Wunsch. So here is TLO versus NesTea, better known as Zergbong in my opinion, casted by Husky on Metalopolis, putting the fun in fungal growth.
Them on the creep. I mean, they haul it, man. They may be fat, but they're agile once they're on that creep. A couple of Infested Terrans here going to be there to shoot down the mutas. Can they get away though? Fungal growth is popping mutas left and right. These Infested Terrans are just lazy, not going to use a single shot of ammo, as most of the mutas did die. So now there's a bunch of Zerglings continuing to stick with mutas, although he is wisely getting a greater spire. The reason I think that's wise is because fungal growth not that good against Broodlords. Now Zerglings are going to be running up here into this high yield expansion to try and take it out. Fungal growth on the Zerglings right here though. They are quickly going to be going down. Can he get the hatchery though, as the little one has a massive infestor army? It is invasion of the infestors right here, and fungal growth does not do friendly fire, so he can just use that on those few remaining units, even getting them on the Mutalisk and taken out once again by those Queens and those Infested Terrans. However, it does look like NesTea able to expand a couple of times himself, but he does not have a high yield expansion, so the little one is just really taking the pace of this game and just making it his own. I mean, he doesn't even have Zergling speed, and he's still able to out macro his opponent, able to get that map control with those slow Zerglings. That is a lot of spine crawlers, which is kind of wise. The problem is, though, is that this expansion is not defended, so Zerglings are now up here. These drones are trying to get there, but no, fungal growth on top of them. Your days are numbered, as they are all going to explode. A couple of them will get away. It looks like those Zerglings still do not have that Zergling speed, although he does have it on the way right now. And this expansion is going to get taken out. Look at the units just streaming up here from the little one, although there is a fairly large army here from his opponent, and I don't know if the little one has much anti-air, as all he has is going to be those infestors. And now if he can fungal growth and then massed infested Terran, then maybe he can make it work, but the counterattack is on the way. Baneling banelings are morphing in here. If there's one investor, it could fungal growth all those. So now there are 5 broodlords in a ZBZ, and these roaches are going to get softened up quite a bit. They're not enough to actually kill them, though. That is just how strong they are against those banelings. And so these queens now have arrived and infested. It looks like the banelings actually were able to do more damage than I expected. And so fungal growth on a broodlord, that's something you do not see every day. And these broodlords are going to try and do as much damage as possible. However, there is going to be infested Terrans. You have to watch out for the fungal growth, which does go on top of them. And now there's going to be a bunch of infested Terrans thrown up here. And these broodlords are going to be too slow to actually get away before these eggs pop. There we go. He's going to be focusing down the broodlords with those infested Terrans. Talk about controlling the pace of this game. He says anti-air, I'll just summon an entire army. Duh, it's kind of a no-brainer.
This broadcast is meant to do 2 things. 1, build further, as if that was needed, anticipation for the conclusion of the GSL 2, because it is truly grand, and it promises so much for the future, which is point number 2. GSL paves the way for things to come. I have always been convinced that esports, and with Starcraft 2 at the forefront, is able to become the spearhead of a movement that takes its way into mainstream entertainment. Esports can be a very inclusive, good form of competition. If you believe that sports can unite people, that it is a good thing for people to participate and enjoy, esports is a whole new chapter. And the GSL is currently the best thing, and that's a very good thing, we have to show this to other people. So I implore you, see if you can get some of your friends to watch the finals with you this weekend. See if they like it. Perhaps you can get them interested. Because we've seen nothing yet. Starcraft 2 and esports will grow immensely in the coming years. And becoming part of it all now, well, that's quite something. However, just to remind us that the road to greatness is always long, narrow, and very twitchy. This is where Zerg once began, who was known for anything but fighting in a final where you could go home with $87,000. Next episode of GGvision will be somewhat of a surprise. It may very well deal with that thing I've been hinting at, the new announcements, the new expansion of Polygon Review that's about to happen, but I can't tell you now because then it wouldn't be a surprise. So stay tuned, people, it won't be long, and of course your feedback, your thumbs up, your support, it means everything to me. Thanks for watching, do follow me on Facebook. GG for now, here's Serbong as it was back then.
Hey guys, Caller here, bringing you Set 3, the 2v2 matchup between KTF and Estro, played earlier today, June 25th, 2008, and this matchup, once again, has the Mantos Reach playing for KTF. This time his partner is not NC Yellow, but it is, once again, Zergbong. He's the purple Zerg at the 5 o'clock, and I know I've called him many things. I've called him Zergbong. I've also called him Zergboy, because that's one of his names, and I've also called him Stupid before. Or useless, because he can be both of those adjectives. Here's Reach, by the way. Reach the yellow Protoss at the 11 o'clock. But hopefully Zergbong will be playing better this game. I'm going to start off with Zergbong, and if he plays worse, I may resort to some other name for him. Oh man, Zergbong, what are you doing? Zergbong with fewer Zerglings and poorer micro. And oh man, Corsair on Corsair action in the middle here. That's something you hardly ever see. And wow, Zergbong is getting torn apart. Reach does not look happy about that. Why does his partner, Stupid, always end up doing this? I don't understand. I mean, literally, he went for the same exact build as Hiva did, and he should not have so many fewer Zerglings than Hiva. Neither of them were harassed by the Protoss player, but suddenly he ends up with so many fewer Zerglings than Hiva. I don't know what was going on, but looks like Reach is probably going to try to hunt down some Overlords from Hiva to try to put off the pressure from Zergbong, but Zergbong has no drones left, so this could be big trouble for the KTF team. Looks like he loses his main hatchery. Oh, just look at Zergbong there. Look at Stupid there, looking pretty dumb there, wiping his head. And